Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another video of a vintage pachinko machine. If you like seeing these, please click on the subscribe button below, and there's also a bell somewhere, I guess, that you can click on, and that'll give you a notification when I make a new one. I do make a video with every machine that I restore, and I also try to make some how-to videos and things like that. If you haven't yet been, Magic Pachinko Restorations, unfortunately the glare in here is kind of bad, but Magic Pachinko Restorations .com is up and running, so give that a shot. This particular machine is a customer's machine, so this one will not be for sale. So this is mainly an instructional video and a how-to video for the customer. As with all the restorations that I do, when I do what I call a full restoration, I touch every single piece on the machine. Basically disassemble the machine into its individual components, deal with the wood, the plastic, the brass, the metal, so on and so forth, and then completely reassemble the machine, which is what I've done to this machine. So this machine has new artwork, the background playfield. As with so many machines, the artwork is very, very faded. This is actually the old playfield. It's in pretty rough shape. They fade, they get water damage, so it makes all the difference in the world when you have a new playfield. All the nails get tumbled in a tumbler. All of the wood gets sanded. Plain sanded, polyurethane, all the steel gets de-rusted, all the plastic gets cleaned. Okay, I did some repainting on the center attraction. I did re-chroming up in here and here. So overall, it ends up being a really nice looking machine. So we'll show you the machine from the back. Okay. So with all of my restorations, I add the 12 volt wall plug. So this sends 12 volts right up here to these two terminals. This is a DC circuit, so it's a very simple circuit. There's two light bulbs in the machine. Well, there's actually three light bulbs in the machine, but when you plug this in, you notice this light comes on. This is the light that tells you that there either is not enough balls or no balls in the machine, which is the case now. There are no pachinko balls in the machine. It is activated by this switch here. So when there's no weight on this platform, it pushes down on the leaf switch, makes the light come on. When you do put enough pachinko balls in there, the weight of the balls will push down on this platform. It lifts off of that connector and turns the light off. Okay. The other switch is in here, and that is activated by the movement of the jackpot arm, and there are two light bulbs inside of this clear cover that are right behind the jackpot. So when you do get a jackpot, these lights will come on momentarily. So this light will stay on until you put enough pachinko balls in the machine to make it playable. So we'll do that now. The first thing that you want to check before you put pachinko balls into a machine is make sure that the ball dump mechanism is set correctly. And that ball dump mechanism is right here. I've actually color-coded it with red magic marker. There's red on this piece of metal, and there's red on this piece of metal. And you push to the right, and the two red pieces will line up with each other. And that is the proper way to ensure that the ball dump is set, not to dump the balls out. So what will happen now is pachinko balls will drop into here. They'll go down this double chute into the turnaround. They'll go across this metal plate and continue on into the jackpot chamber, where they'll stop and be ready for the machine to play. If this is opened like that, then these two white arms here can swing out of the way, and all of the balls, instead of going into the jackpot chamber, would drop down this tube here and exit the bottom of the machine. So that's how you would get all the balls out of the machine. But for normal usage, you want to make sure that this is all the way across and latched. This also, you want to make sure this is down here. So these two things here keep the balls from jumping over each other as they go through the system. All right, so we'll load the machine up now. If you haven't already, you want to purchase 300 to 500 pachinko balls. And when you're getting the machine ready to play, 95% of the balls that you own are going to go right in this upper hopper. So now this has plenty of balls in it. The weight is down. It's lifted up off of this, which has turned the light off. There's a double run of balls into the turnaround, across through here, and into the jackpot chamber. This is a new piece that was missing. Over here is the seesaw chamber. Right now the seesaw is the white plastic piece that's inside there. Right now it's on a down slant, and you actually want it on an up slant like this. You want the right end up, the left end down. So you want it this way rather than this way. Right now it's this way. So underneath here is a little lever. Actually, I'm going to mark that right there. Arrow. It's right there. So you're going to push up on that. It's going to bring the seesaw into the correct position for it to accept a ball. So the way that a pachinko machine works, these are all queued up, ready to go. Any winning ball comes into the machine. It runs down an internal ramp to the end of the seesaw. So a pachinko ball would come in, hit the end of the seesaw right here. The seesaw tips and lets the ball out. The ball then travels down here into this area right in here, and ultimately will exit the machine via this chute. At the end right here is where the jackpot arm is. The weight of the ball pushes the jackpot arm down, bringing the ball with it, and again it will drop out eventually. When the jackpot arm goes down, it interfaces with a rod right here. It gets pushed up, and when this gets pushed up, it then will open right here. It will open the jackpot chamber and let the 14 winning balls go out as a prize, and then the entire system resets itself. So if you're ever playing and you don't get a win, you want to make sure you stop and come back here and take a look. Chances are there'll be a ball only part of the way down, and you can just wiggle this, wiggle in here. There's a lot of places you can wiggle, and it'll just let the ball drop out and reset. What you're also going to need is something similar to this. This is a catch basin. It needs to be wide enough to catch the balls exiting from here and from here. Okay, so this is a perfect size. So we're going to turn this around, show you the machine in action. Now the first time that you put pachinko balls into the machine and try to launch, the first actuation doesn't launch a ball, but it lets a ball into the launch ramp. So the second time you launch, it will launch a ball. And we got a win. Now the reason that we got a win is because I sort of cheated a little bit. I opened up the tulips prior to me starting the video. It's much easier to hit this big target than it is this smaller target. So, but you'll see. There's another one. So you can see, obviously, with the tulips not being opened, it's a lot more difficult to win. I will show you this. I'll cheat this a little bit so that you can see the actual action of the machine. If a ball goes in here and drops, this is actually a little seesaw kind of thing here. It allows it to go in the left hole or the right hole. If it goes in the left hole, internally, it will open up the left tulip and the center tulip. If it goes in the right hole, it will open up the right tulip and the center tulip. So again, now that the tulips are open, easier to win. So there it is. There it is in action. If you ever have any questions about it, you know how to get in touch with me. Hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed working on it. Thanks a lot.